In the richest island of the Iron Islands lives a lord whose greatest weapon is a library. While most Ironborn dream of crowns, conquests, and the old way, Lord Rodrik Harlaw sits in the Book Tower of 10 Towers, reading history and realizing his people are about to destroy themselves all over again. He is called Rodrik the Reader. To many Ironborn, that sounds like an insult. To anyone paying attention, it should sound like a warning. He warned Euron Greyjoy not to rebel. He warned Asha not to trust the Kingsmoot. He looked at Euron Crow's eye and saw exactly what he was, not a king, a liar. And when Balon dies, the true center of Ironborn politics shifts not to Pike, but to Harlaw. It is the easternmost of the Iron Islands, second in size only to Great Wick, but far wealthier. It is the richest and most populous of the Isles, with mines of lead, tin, and iron, famous shaggy ponies, and stronger trade ties to Lannisport, Old Town, and the Free Cities than most Ironborn would like to admit. On Harlaw, House Harlaw has no rival. Its sworn houses, the Kennings, the Myers, the Stone Trees, and the Volmarks, all bend beneath the silver scythe. And before the Greyjoys ruled Pike, the Harlaws were not merely lords, they were kings. Several Harlaws were chosen as High Kings of the Iron Islands through the ancient Kingsmoot. Iron King Eric V. Harlaw recovered Fair Isle for the Ironborn. His son, Harren Harlaw, slew Gareth Gardner, King of the Reach, beneath the walls of Old Town. This was a royal house long before the Greyjoys claimed greatness. House Harlaw is unusual even by Ironborn standards. Its lord is Rodrik the Reader, but its heir is Ser Harras Harlaw, an anointed knight with a Valyrian steel sword called Nightfall. Their first seat was the ancient Harlaw Hall, but the castle most people remember is 10 Towers. And 10 Towers exists because one lord became convinced his own castle was killing his children. Lord Theomore Harlaw lost 3 infant sons in the cradle and blamed the dampness and flooding of Old Harlaw Hall. So he abandoned it. Theomore, who somehow also managed 6 wives, built a new seat on better ground. But instead of building one castle, he built 10 different towers, each shaped differently, joined by bridges, wall walks, covered passages, kitchens, and dungeons. The result was 10 towers. Asha remembers seeing it as a child and thinking, not one castle, 10 castles squashed together, 10 mismatched towers rising above the sea, bridges hanging between them, and in the great hall, 2 giant silver scythes crossed above the high seat. It became the strangest great seat in the Iron Islands. Its widow's tower housed grieving women, its long stone quay looked out over the sea, and its fattest tower, the Book Tower, held the library of Rodrik Harlaw. Rodrik is one of the most unusual lords in all of Westeros. He is no soft green land scholar pretending to be Ironborn. He is captain of the longship Sea Song, lord of the richest island in the Isles, and head of one of the strongest houses under House Greyjoy. Asha says he is seldom seen without a book in hand, on the privy, on the deck of Sea Song, even while holding court. When the faith of the Seven was still tolerated in the islands, Rodrik kept septons at 10 Towers simply to help care for his books. The Ironborn mock him for it. Newt the barber tells him, "You read too much and fight too little. Your blood is milk." But Rodrik is the one man who keeps being right. He warned Euron Greyjoy not to rebel against Robert Baratheon. Balon ignored him. Balon won a crown twice and buried sons both times. The rebellion ended in ruin. Rodrik lost both of his sons in the sea battle off Fair Isle. His sister Gwyneth lost her husband. His other sister, Alanis, Balon's wife, lost her sons Rodrik and Maren, and then Theon as hostage to Winterfell. Alanis began wandering the halls of Pike, half mad with grief, searching for dead sons. Eventually, she returned to 10 Towers, where Harlaw was less raw than Pike. Gwyneth had already come home years earlier after her husband died in the same war, announcing she would remain only until her grief had passed. She never left. She still insists 10 Towers should be hers, because she is 7 years older than Rodrik. 2 grieving sisters, both half-ghosts, living beneath Rodrik's roof. 10 Towers became a house of widows. Asha thinks it is a small wonder that Rodrik seeks solace in books, but it is also why Rodrik sees the old way differently. Balon sees glory, Rodrik sees graves. His best line says everything: "I prefer my history dead." Dead history is writ in ink, the living sort in blood. When Balon dies, the question of succession begins at 10 Towers. Asha Greyjoy returns to Harlaw because she knows where real power lies. Most of her support comes not from Pike, but from her mother's house. At 10 Towers gather the captains of Harlaw: Hotho Humpback of the Tower of Glimmering, Bormund the Blue of Harraden Hill, old Siegfried Silverhair of Harlaw Hall, whom Asha suspects intends to live forever, and Ser Harras Harlaw of Grey Garden, the Knight, Rodrik's chosen heir. Harras is not just another Ironborn captain. He is tall, austere, one of Asha's strongest supporters, and a true knight, incredibly rare among Ironborn. He bears a Valyrian steel sword, Nightfall, with a moonstone pommel. Its history is strange. Dalton Greyjoy took it from a dead corsair, and somehow it passed into Harlaw hands. Now it belongs to Harras. His banner quarters the silver scythe of Harlaw with the peacock of his mother's family, House Seret of Silverhill. Even Victorian Greyjoy wonders how Nightfall would fare against his axe, though he remembers thrashing young Harras when they were boys. Rodrik's chosen heir is not Hotho, not Siegfried. Harras. That matters because Rodrik offers Asha something extraordinary. Do not go to the Kingsmoot. Do not throw your life against Euron. Stay here. Remain on Harlaw, and I will name you heir to 10 Towers. Not just safety, not just refuge, the richest island in the Iron Islands, the future of House Harlaw. Harras does not need the castle, Rodrik says. He can rule from Grey Garden. Take survival, take real power. Asha refuses. She wants the Seastone chair. Rodrik knows exactly how this ends. Do not go to Old Wick, Asha. Stay with your mother, she answers. My mother raised me to be bold. And she sets sail. At the Kingsmoot, Rodrik is among the first to shout Asha's name. Harras stands as one of her champions. Asha offers something almost no Ironborn candidate dares offer: peace. She holds up pine cones, turnips, and stones, the treasures won from Balon's northern war, and asks how many fathers and sons were lost for these prizes. She offers an alliance with the North instead. Land, peace, victory. For a moment it almost works. Then Euron speaks. He offers dragons. He offers conquest. He offers all of Westeros. The crowd chooses him. Of course they do. Rodrik distrusts Euron immediately. Euron says, I have sailed the smoking sea and seen Valyria. Rodrik answers, have you? It is one of the coldest lines in the books, because unlike the rest of the room, Rodrik is not dazzled by spectacle. He hears a lie. Euron does not answer. Instead, he snaps, Reader, you would do well to keep your nose in your books. Because that is what Euron fears most, not swords, but memory. Men who remember, men who compare stories, men who know when something does not add up. Rodrik understands exactly what Euron is, a fraud. And once Euron is crowned and turns his war toward the Reach, House Harlaw is drawn even deeper into his game. While Rodrik sees the danger, Harras wins glory inside it. During the taking of the Shield Islands, he plants his banner beneath Grimston, the grim castle on Greyshield, and calls for single combat. 7 men answer. Harras defeats all 7 and kills 5. The Septon inside decides the gods have spoken and surrenders the castle. Euron rewards the Harlaw Knight by naming him Lord of Greyshield. It sounds like an honor. It is also poison, because Harras was heir to 10 Towers. Now Hotho Humpback immediately begins calculating whether he is next in line. Hotho had already tried to win favor by bringing Rodrik a rare gift from Old Town, Archmaester Marwyn's The Book of Lost Books, hoping it might persuade the reader to marry his daughter. When that failed, he offered the same daughter to Euron Greyjoy if Euron became king. And after Euron's speech, he was suddenly shouting Euron's name. Now Hotho begins counting castles. That is how Euron rules, not with loyalty, but poisoned gifts. Reward one man, destabilize 5 others. Even after the Kingsmoot, Rodrik is still trying to teach Asha. He tells her to flee while Euron is distracted and recommends she read Archmaester Hereg's History of the Ironborn, the account of the one time a Kingsmoot decision was overturned. Even in defeat, the reader reaches for history first. Asha later begs Rodrik to raise the men of Harlaw. His answer is the heart of House Harlaw. The men of Harlaw are here, the ones who count. Some were shouting Euron's name. I will not set Harlaw against Harlaw. That is not weakness. That is wisdom paid for in dead sons, dead husbands, and widows in the towers. Balon was brave, but even Asha thinks he was a bad lord. Euron offers only more war. Euron offers ruin dressed as glory. Rodrik offers survival. That is why House Harlaw matters. They are the Ironborn who could have changed. The richest island, the old kings, the House of 10 Towers, a lord with a longship at sea and a history book in hand. When Asha asks if he wants to die old and craven in his bed, Rodrik answers, "How else? Though not till I'm done reading." For a people forever chasing drowned crowns and dead kingdoms, no lord in the Iron Islands understood the future better than Rodrik Harlaw. And that may be why House Harlaw was the smartest of them all.